good evening, everyone. Good to be here with all of you. I hope all of you had your dinner. Yeah, happy International Yoga Day. Um, I think we should do yoga on more days of the year apart from the International Yoga Day also. But I read all your comments, and it was good to see that so many of you have participated in some kind of a program. Did yoga today, which is very, very wonderful for our health. Um, okay, I haven't talked about my topic today. Before that, I think it was a lovely conversation that Ayan had with Pragya. I think it was Pragya's face was glowing with joy. It was very visible. She doesn't have to say that, it was quite visible on her face. I think I enjoyed listening to that bit of a conversation. Congratulations to Malti and Ayan for hand holding her in such a beautiful way that that result speaks for itself. Okay, let's come to the topic. I will ask a couple of questions. Let me launch a poll, and I would like all of you to answer this. I just launched a poll. For the next 1 minute, I would like all of you to just answer this poll. A poll would have popped up on your screen. Okay, we have about 100 people already participating in the poll. I'll give another 10 seconds, and then we'll stop the poll. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much for answering the poll. Let me tell you, what are the results of the poll. There are quite a few people who say that they can run 5K without stopping. That's good to hear. Some people say that I can climb stairs, but I need a break. That's okay. I can't run more than a couple of 100 feet without breaks. That's a little, question mark. I feel tired just walking fast. That is also something not very good. I'm not sure, but I want to improve. Great. Thank you so much. And let's move ahead with the topic. Okay, what is the number one predictor for cardiovascular health? Can you put it on the chat? What is it, according to you? What is the number one predictor of cardiovascular health and longevity, according to you? Put it on the chat. Let's see. Difficulty in breathing, ECG, breathlessness, triglycerides. Okay, keep it coming, guys. Diet, asphyxia, cholesterol. All right. Abdominal fat, pain in the jaw, HSCRP, lipid profile, cholesterol, BP, breath fatigue, PP, just being tired all the time. What is the number one predictor? Can you see my screen? Yeah, now is the number one predictor of cardiovascular health and longevity. Calcium deposits. Okay, 95% of you did not get it right. So let's dive into it a little bit. How many of you are ready to understand what is the number one predictor of cardiovascular health and longevity, and how to measure it and how to improve it, so that we are on top of the game? We understand and we want to keep fit. We want to be fit all the time. Yes. Can you post ready if you are ready to take in the info now? Put ready on the comment if you are ready to kickstart. Yes. Next 10 minutes. Let's hope that we can blow some people's minds, Okay, I hope my screen is visible to all of you. Give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. Great, thank you. So what's the number one predictor? Okay, there is a secret superpower inside of you. What if I told you there is a single number that predicts how long you will live, better than cholesterol, better than blood pressure, or even genetics? So all these things are not the right answer anyways. Okay. Guess. Now we have made some guesses. How many of you track your BP, weight, blood sugar, all the other parameters periodically? I'm sure a lot of you do that, correct? But how many of you want to know what is the number that you should start tracking from today? Okay, let's reveal that. It's called VO2 max. Okay. Maybe one or two got it right. The one or two people that got it right, I think I gave them the right answer just before the session. Okay. What is this VO2 max? How many of you have heard of this term called VO2 max? Say yes if you have heard, say no if you have not heard. Not heard. No. Okay. Few people, most people have not heard of this terminology. And it is the number one predictor of cardiovascular health and longevity. Yeah, it is quite important. Shall I tell you why you won't hear it? Can you guess? Come on, please guess why you have not heard about it. Why does mainstream healthcare or mainstream media not talk about this? Give me a guess. If it is so critical, why isn't anyone talking about it that much? Absolutely, there is no medicine for this. You cannot sell a product for this. You cannot buy a pill for this. You cannot put something in your body and increase your VO2 max. I'll tell you what is it, but the reason there is not much of an awareness about this topic is because I can't sell you anything. So I might not talk about this. I'll be focused on other things because cholesterol has a pill. BP has a pill. Diabetes has a pill. PCOD has a pill. Everything, that is being promoted has a pill to solve the problem. Unfortunately, this topic of VO2 max, there is nothing I can sell you to improve this, which is the reason why many mainstream, health institutes do not give this the same amount of importance that it is actually required, because it is true that it is a number one predictor of cardiovascular health and fitness and longevity. Okay, let me talk about what is this, how to measure it. So stay tuned. Next 5 minutes, we'll just go through this. What is this VO2 max? How to measure this? Why is it low for somebody? How do you improve this? Everything will cover. Just stay tuned for 5 minutes. Okay, we talked about it. Okay, it is the oxygen engine of your body. That is what is VO2 max. It is the maximum oxygen your body can use during intense exercise. Now, let me ask this question to all of you. How many of you exercise regularly? Give me a yes on the chat. Or you can say no if you're not very regular with exercise. Say no if you're not regular. Some people are yes, some people are no, which is fair enough. So VO2 max, you can measure, it is the maximum oxygen your body can use during an intense exercise. So higher the VO2 max, more energy, slower aging, and better brain functioning. Okay. So if your body is like a car, VO2 max is the size of your engine. Okay. That is how you can visualize what is VO2 max. Now, if you look at this way, picture, who will win this race? Put it on the chat. Is it a Ferrari or a Lamborghini? I don't know. But there is a supercar there and there is a Khatara old scooter, rusty scooter. Now these two go for a race. Which one will win the race? No, this is not a trick question. Scooter cannot win. This is not a trick question. The car will win, obviously, because engine difference. The difference is engine capacity, correct? The car has that super engine. We should be able to build that kind of an engine in our system to be able to live longer, and we'll talk about it. Do you want to age like a sloth or a cheetah? This is the question you want to ask yourself. Next time when I talk about exercise and you are thinking, I don't have time for exercise. exercise is boring. Question is, do you want to age like a sloth or do you want to age like a cheetah? That is the question. Cheetah's engine is very powerful. Okay, why it matters? Why does VO2 max matter? It is a death predictor and performance enhancer. Okay, let's look at this a little bit. When it comes to longevity, lower VO2 max is deadlier than smoking. Can you believe this? When it comes to longevity, lower VO2 max is deadlier than smoking, diabetes, and obesity combined. So this is something we need to be very, very aware of. Please make a note of this. We need to measure this. Okay. A Norwegian study said increasing VO2 max by just 3.5 points reduces the death risk by 10 to 20%, 25%. Now, these are some of the research data that we pulled out to help you understand how important is VO2 max when it comes to all these lifestyle issues. Brain power. What is the advantage of, VO2 max? Higher the VO2 max, bigger is the hippocampus, better the memory. And that is the benefit. That is the reason why we should work on this. Alzheimer's risk drops by 40% if you work on this. Okay. So let's talk about a little real life superheroes, superhumans. These are not the Marvel characters. These are real superhumans. There is this guy, an ultra runner, who climbed Mount Everest twice in a week. It's almost like I went to the grocery store in the morning and then tomorrow I again visited the store. Think about it. Climbing the Mount Everest twice in a week. And when the researchers measured, his VO2 max was 92. Now, let me come back and tell you what is the average score also. A Norwegian cross-country skier, age of 90, with a VO2 max of 50, outlives his peers by decades. So it's a longevity factor as well. Okay, there's a 65-year-old with high VO2 max who is outliving peers despite BP conditions. Think about this. Or you will find a 40-year CEO with low VO2 max who is collapsed on a treadmill. This is also possible. So an indication which is not measured in a blood test, which nobody is talking about, can be so important for all of us. Okay, what causes low cardio fitness, VO2 max? What causes this? There are 6 reasons. Please note this down. And this is a point of discussion with your coach tomorrow. Call up your coach tomorrow and ask them, how do I improve on each of this? Okay. The first one is BMI and waist circumference. BMI should be in range. Now, I don't have time to talk about what is in range, what is not in range. Your coach will do that for you. But make sure that your waist circumference, your BMI is in range, because this can contribute to lower VO2 max. If you are a little bulky, how do you know what is the ideal weight for you? I'll give you a very thumb rule kind of a expression, not 100% scientific, but it just gives you an idea. Let's say my height is 170 centimeter. My height is 170 centimeter minus 100. So my ideal weight should be approximately around 70 kgs. So that's how you can calculate what could be your ideal weight. And if it is more than that, you want to bring it down to ideal or as close to ideal as possible. I would say bring it 1 or 2 kgs less than ideal, because it allows you space to go to vacation and go for functions as well without having the guilt in your mind. The second point is aging. As we age, VO2 max decreases. Okay, now you cannot control this. We will all age. Okay. Yes, I know I can share that to you later on if you can, message me. When you age, which all of us do, VO2 max naturally declines. So it is important that as we age, we work on this consciously to be able to improve this. The third point is nutrition. Is your diet, is your diet full of junk? Is your diet full of nutrition? Do you know or you do not know? This is where somebody can actually, if you can share your meal plates to your coach, they can assess and tell you about the nutritional quality of your diet. And that becomes a very important factor. The fourth point is stress. A lot of people experience negative impact of their stress on their eating habits, which can impact with their exercise training. Now, this could be a very important factor when it comes to VO2 max. The fifth one is sleep quality. Lack of sleep will worsen the results. A lot of times I see people hitting the gym, pushing it to the hilt and not sleeping adequately. If you're working out 1 or 2 hours a day in a gym and really pushing it, and if you're sleeping less than 7 to 8 hours a day, you are damaging your body because your body is not getting enough recovery time. You have to understand, when you go to a gym, the effects are anaerobic. which means the effect is seen 24 to 48 hours later. So which means sleep and rest are very critical aspects to this. So anytime you overtrain and you sleep less, it is actually costing you more. Okay. The last is genetics. Now, genetics you cannot change. I cannot change my parents today. But genetics alone is not the key here. What triggers genetical, genetic history is more important. Some people might have diabetes in their hereditary, genetics, but they trigger it based on their lifestyle choices. So that becomes very important. It's called epigenetics. Okay. So these 6 are the points which we have to watch out for. See, people with higher VO2 max values have lower risk of premature death. Okay. And chronic diseases. There is a recent study of 122,000 people study that showed that fit and athletic people in their 50s have a 96% or higher 10-year survival rate. This is massive. 96% higher chance of survival if you are in your 50s and you have been working on your health and fitness. How does this compare to people who are out of shape? 77%, it is low. For people in their 50s with poor fitness, it's a shocking low of 77%. So this is very important information that we need to note. Okay, you can take a screenshot of this. VO2 max and survival. If you are in the top 2 percentile of your VO2 max in your age group, which I will share next screen, your risk of death becomes higher. Your rate of survival improves. So it makes it very important for us to start putting importance to VO2 max from today. I can share this with you if you send a message to me. I can share this details with you. This is available. So this you can screenshot, please. Take a screenshot of this. What is there are different ranges that you will have to look at. This will help you understand what is a reasonable score for you to lie within. So I want to tell you my story here, for a couple of minutes. Very important. So a couple of years back, I was hit with COVID, like most of you, after COVID, I was measuring my VO2 max. See, currently I'm 45. Couple of years back, I was still in that 40 to 49 range. So VO2 max should have been between 36 to 41. My VO2 max had dropped down to 29. My VO2 max had dropped down to 29 with just one bout of illness, 15-day illness, 15-day illness. And I had suffered so much because for 2-3 years, I had worked on my fitness and I had raised my VO2 max to beyond 40. And one bout of illness, especially COVID, brought down my VO2 max to 29. Two floors I would climb stairs and breathlessness. I was like, I have been working on my health for such diligently, and why is this happening to me? And then I started working on it. And as of yesterday, my VO2 max is 41. So you can improve it. It doesn't matter what is your age. Okay. Okay. Take a screenshot of this. This is the screenshot which will tell you what is the age group and what is the VO2 max that you need to be in. So take a screenshot of this. And this is for men. Take a screenshot of this also. This is for men. So you can assess your scores. Okay, if your VO2 max is below 30, your dog is fitter than you. Okay, this is just, I'm not trying to crack a joke here, but you have to understand that this is something that we have to start working on. Now, how do you measure this? If you have a smartwatch, it probably can measure VO2 max. But unless it is a higher end version, it might not be 100% accurate. A lab test is the most accurate way of measuring VO2 max. There are labs which can do your VO2 max test and you can get it done. Or go to YouTube and type 12-minute Cooper run test. You can take a note of this 12-minute Cooper run test. It just measures in 12 minutes, how much can you run? How much can you run in just 12 minutes? So it's a field test. So you can get on the field tomorrow, on the road and just run for 12 minutes. And you go to YouTube, type this, and then it'll show you instructions of how to measure it. I do not have the time bandwidth to cover that today, but you can do it on your own. Go to YouTube, type in 12-minute Cooper run test. How do I measure my VO2 max? Okay. If you have a smartphone, it will measure it for you. So, sorry, smartwatch, by the way. Yeah. Why is it called the longevity score? Higher the VO2 max, longer life, better energy, stronger immunity, improves mood, memory, metabolism, everything. Elite athletes have VO2 max approximately about 70 plus. That is the reason why, they're extremely fit. They have been working on this for many years. Now, we are not elite athletes. We are normal human beings. So if we can stay in the range that I just showed you, it is good for us. Okay. So how to improve this? Now let's talk about how to improve this. This is very important. The three best methods to improve your VO2 max. How to go from sloth to cheetah. Okay. A high intensity interval training, HIIT. Okay. HIIT is a very beautiful workout because as the name suggests, high intensity interval training. So you're actually training your body. You're taking it to the edge of what you can do for a short period of time, and then you give a small rest, and then you start all over again. So a high intensity interval training is known to increase your VO2 max. I was able to increase from 29 to 41 using these kinds of trainings only. Homemade, at home. Talk to your coach. You don't need any equipment. You don't need to go to the gym. I have done this from 29 to 41 from this room itself. You can see this room. This is where I work out every single day morning. In this room, I was able to increase, my VO2 max. So you don't need equipment. You don't need much. You don't need a treadmill. I will tell you how to do this. 4-minute Tabata. What is this Tabata? Has anyone heard of Tabata here? Can you put it on the chat? Tabata. By the way, Tabata was a Japanese guy. Okay. For your information. A lot of us do Tabata workout, but we don't know what is Tabata. Tabata was a Japanese guy. You know what he did? He did some research. You can go to YouTube and find this out also. This guy Tabata, what he did was he studied people. He did a research of people who did 4-minute intense workout. And then he also studied people who were doing slow jogging for 1 hour. You know what he found? He found that 4-minute Tabata workout, HIIT workout, can boost VO2 max faster than jogging for 1 hour. So 4 minutes per day was more powerful than 1 hour. Now, what do you do in this 4 minutes is also very important. I'll give you a very simple suggestion what to do. Are you ready for it? Very simple suggestion. Okay. Now you can modify it, obviously. Just two workouts to improve, your cardiovascular health in the next couple of months. Now, don't do it one day and message me, sir, my VO2 max did not increase. I told you this is hard work. There is no pill for it. You can't do anything but work hard for it every single day. So today I had a very, jam-packed day. I didn't have much time for workout. So I did a 4-minute Tabata. This is what I did. 20 seconds of running in the same place. High knees. You can call it high knees or running fast in the same place where you're standing. 20 seconds. That's it. And then take a 10-second break. 20-second high knees, 10-second break, 20-second burpees. You know what's a burpee? If not, search it, ask your coach, they'll guide you. 20-second high knees, 10-second break, 20-second burpees, 10-second break. Do this for 8 to 10 times. It is 4 minutes for you. And that is a good start for it. And, you should reach a position where you're not sweating profusely and then, heaviness in breathing and everything. Obviously, you will tire out, but if you can consistently work on this, HIIT workouts are available. Please talk to your coach. They can guide you. But this is something that you want to do. Another thing is there is a zone 2 training. Some smartwatches will tell you you're in the zone 2 training. There's a certain heart level that you reach and it is different for different people. Obviously, there is a measurement to it. Once you reach that, your smartwatch will tell you it's a zone 2 training. Okay. Now, if you are in the zone 2 training consistently, it will improve your VO2 max. Okay. Or sprints. Next time, don't take a lift. I challenge you not to take a lift. So I live in a no break after burpee. It is 10-second break. 20-second one workout, 10-second break. 20-second another workout, 10-second break. And then do this for 4 to 5 minutes. Okay. So see, I live in an apartment complex. I live on a 10th floor. So it's ideally not a chosen way of to go in the lift. But I take guitar classes in the other tower, and every time I go there, I don't use the lift. 4 floors. My measurement is after climbing 4 floors, I am not breathing heavily. That is my indication that I am improving my VO2 max. Okay. So start walking up the stairs unless you have joint pains. If you're in good health, start walking up the stairs. Incline training, wherever you find an incline, just get down and run there. It is going to challenge you, but that is going to improve your VO2 max. Okay. So 3-2-1 formula: 3 days HIIT, 2 days zone 2 cardio, 1 day sprint challenge. It's a small formula to start improving on this. Okay. Number of steps per day and risk of death. Now, this is again alarming if you see. So if you take lower than 3,600 steps per day, the risk of death is highest. So if you take lower than 3,600 steps per day, the risk of death is highest. And if you take 10,000 plus steps per day, your risk of death is 53% lower. This is significant, guys. This is the reason why we say move. Workout exercise is critical. Unfortunately, there is no supplement or a medicine which can simulate workout. Otherwise, they would have sold you that also. But this is hard work. And hard work is the reason why we will stay young. Okay. Make it personal. Do you feel tired after climbing stairs? Do you feel out of breath after a short run? That's your VO2 max screaming for attention. Give it attention, please. It is very critical for you. How does VO2 max affect your daily life? More energy, less fatigue. As I said, climbing stairs becomes easier, faster recovery after workouts or busy days. Okay. Improved mental clarity and mood, better weight management, and your metabolism improves. Weight management becomes much easier. You will age backwards. A 70-year-old man with VO2 max of 50 has a fitness level of 35-year-old. Can you believe it? You can reverse biological age through VO2 max. Mythbusters: only athletes need VO2 max. No, we all need to measure VO2 max. Daily walking is enough? Not really. By just walking, you will not improve VO2 max. Okay. Too old to change? VO2 max can improve at any age. Whether you are 20, you are 6, or we are 80, you can improve VO2 max even now. Of course, 80 will not be as simple and straightforward, but at least you can make an attempt. At least a small beginning, a step forward to understand that can we start improving this. How to improve it? You can improve your VO2 max dramatically with targeted training, even if you're not an athlete. I am not an athlete. Okay. I don't have 6-packs. I don't have 8-packs abs. I just don't have family pack. That's all I don't have. I know very well, I don't have a family pack. That's all I want in my life. I don't want to have 6-pack. I'm a foodie. I want to eat well. But I also know that I want to stay fit. I'm 45 today, but I don't feel 45. Okay. Now if you want, you can jump up and do jumping jacks now. I don't want to do because I'm wearing shorts right now. Okay. Okay. Sorry. I said that, I don't want to get up and do jumping jacks in front of you. In the Zoom world, it is nice to wear a jacket and a shorts below. But that is what you need to do. Wherever you find time, start doing jumping jacks. Put HIIT. Even if you don't have time, put in 4 minutes, please. Please listen to us. Put in 4 minutes every day, at least, even if you don't have time. And, put in effort to improve your VO2 max. Your health isn't a destination. It's a daily decision. I am talking to you from my personal experience. I have worked on this sincerely for the last couple of years. I was at 41, 42. It went to 29. Now I have gotten it back to 41 after a few years. So I have aged more, but my VO2 max, I have been able to bring it back. But it is hard work. I learned swimming because it's a good cardiovascular activity. I run sometimes, I mix it up. But majorly, I am in this room working out. Just behind me, this is where I work out. So you don't need anything. You just need to make a decision, talk to your coach, get started. Thank you so much. Back to Sindhu.